Hey everybody, it's Marie Antoinette, Soul Activation Mentor here for your Mental Health Monday. I hope you guys are going good. Today I am talking about perfectionism. Yes, and I just want to mention that when I was just typing in all the things I needed to type in before I went live, it actually didn't go live straight away, and I had to type things in again, and I started to get a bit agitated, and I was like, oh, this is just an experience of me realizing that I don't need to be perfect. So I'm bringing up perfectionism because, and I'm calling it undercover perfectionism, because a lot of you may not even know that you are a perfectionist. So I'm talking about this because I personally deal with this a lot myself and have had to look at this. I've dealt with it with a lot of my clients. A lot of my clients might be watching this video and going, oh my god, she's making a video about me. But that's not true. I'm making a video for everybody. So what may happen is when we are really goal orientated, and a lot of you are goal orientated, really pushing to get things done, quite ambitious, want to do a lot of things, and you might find yourself, setting goals and you're doing all these things, but you're really tired all the time, really overwhelmed. Overwhelm is a big one. I'm often in that space, and a lot of people don't believe that because they see me doing all these things. And this is another thing about being a perfectionist. We're often comparing ourselves to others, and we're going, hey, how come they make that look easy? How come I can't be like that? Or whatever. And I try to explain to people about the theory of the duck. If you think about a duck that's gliding along the top of a lake, you'll see that it looks really graceful. It looks like, ooh, not a care in the world. But underneath that water is its 2 feet, and they're going like this. Madly. So underneath, they're madly paddling away. But on the top of the surface, they just look like they're gliding along. And I like to use that analogy because that's often what's happening. People do not see behind the scenes, and we often don't show other people, some of the messes that we're in. An example of that is when we invite people to our home. We don't want them to see everything so messy and uncoordinated and all these things. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kerry. Hi, Adam. So I'm just talking about perfectionism and how that can really rule our life sometimes and cause us to be really overwhelmed and tired. Now, I knew there was some perfectionism in me, and over the weekend I realised it more. I realised just how much I have to have things perfect. I'm often overwhelmed and I get quite anxious. And yeah, I teach people about anxiety and overwhelm and all these things and help people, but it doesn't mean that I'm not perfect. And a lot of you might comment and go, oh, but yes you are, Marie, you are perfect. No, I'm not. And I think more people need to speak up about how they aren't perfect and how overwhelm can get the best of them. So perfectionism can be from anything. Perfectionism can come from a childhood where you were always expected to have good grades, where when you did well, that a lot of the focus was on that. And what you may learn is, my intelligence is something that gets rewarded, so I'm going to do things that are intelligent. There's a lot of high flyers in corporate worlds that are perfectionists who are unfortunately slowly killing themselves and their families, and but we all have to make a living and we get taught these things, but sometimes we need to have some freedom. Sometimes we need to have some rest. Sometimes we need to just go, I don't care, this doesn't have to be perfect. This is the whole reason why I make these videos too. I wouldn't be able to make these videos if I said to myself, oh, it's got to be perfect. I've got to rehearse this and I've got to rehearse that. Sometimes we just got to lose that. And so what I'll say to you is this. With perfectionism, once you start to identify that maybe that's the contributing factor towards your overwhelm and towards some of the goals you aren't reaching, sometimes it's about just noticing it. Yep, I'll say it again. Sometimes it's just about noticing it. And what I mean by that is that there is no change that needs to happen. You notice it, and the change actually happens automatically. So you may actually start giving yourself a break. Once you've noticed how you've done that, you may actually start letting go and go, oh, well, yeah, okay. Things don't have to be perfect. It's okay if I make a mistake. It's okay if it's not perfect from the first end. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time towards this goal, and it's going to be okay. And losing that all or nothing or that black and white thinking can be easy, just as easy as having that awareness. For some, I'm not saying that it's going to be just like that for everybody, but for some people and for most people, just the awareness, because sometimes how can we change things if we're not aware of them, yeah? We can't. So, have a look, have a think about. I'm hoping that this video has been helpful for you to think about whether you're an undercover perfectionist, whether underneath that overwhelm and that goal setting that, maybe you're setting your standards too high or unrealistic, often what perfectionists do, and have a think about that, have a look at that and go, am I doing those things? And if I am, maybe it's time to change. Maybe it's time to give myself a break. So, that's been your Mental Health Monday for this week. I hope you found it helpful. If you want to share it, please do. Please comment and let me know if you found it helpful. And once again, you know what I'm going to end with? Happy Mental Health Monday. If you guys want to know anything about my programs and anything that I do and any workshops I've got coming up, private message me. I'll add you to my mailing list and you can know more. Okay, see you guys. Bye.